Welcome to Activations with JJ Energy Update for the month of February 2022. Hello, my dear soul family. Thank you so much for joining me for this monthly energy update. It's an awesome month. We've got all the twos lined up. So for 2022, I am here to share with you some themes that may be pertinent to you as you go along your ascension journey. It's been really interesting for me as I've approached February 2022 because I hit the new year, January 2022, and there was something in me that felt like I wasn't quite there yet, like it wasn't quite the new year for me. If you've heard me in other episodes, I talked about how I changed a lot of things up. I shifted a lot of things. I started to change around my furniture, change around my decor, go on trips to try to shift timelines because I was told during January 2022 I would be doing a lot of timeline shifting. And in order to do timeline shifting, or maybe I should say, in order to facilitate timeline shifting, it helps to do the things that I mentioned that I did. And one of the fascinating things that happened to me that kind of made me realize that my true new year wasn't going to be until what we consider the lunar new year. But that was, I knew that I was going to have 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I felt like it was kind of like a clairsentience, clairvoyant thing that I was feeling and tapping into. I guess I could say I was manifesting it, but it felt like I was doing both. And you'd think I've had that all figured out by now, but I just had this feeling, right? And my feeling was that I was going to have 1,000 subscribers. Well, January 1st hit and I didn't have 1,000 subscribers, but it didn't make me upset. I just thought, that's really interesting. I felt like I was going to have 1,000, but I don't have them yet. And for me, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, wow, I've got 1,000 subscribers, because I have complete confidence that things will play out as they need to, that people will be attracted to the channel as need to be. But it was kind of a marker for me. It was more like a sign. And all of a sudden, about halfway through January, that's when I started getting information about the fact that my true new year, as you could call it, would be on February 1st, 2022. And lo and behold, here I am almost to that date, and I did hit 1,000 subscribers. So first of all, thank you to all of you who have subscribed to the YouTube channel. I also appreciate all of you listening on the podcast platforms. Thank you so much. I know there are many of you over there as well, but in my YouTube channel, I did hit 1,000, and I'm so grateful to you for co-creating with me. And it's been just an incredible journey. It kind of blows my mind where I've come from, how far I've come, and the fact that so many of you have resonated with my messages. But it's been cool because, again, I know that this is the timeline shift for me, a great big one as I hit this lunar new year. I have a few little fun announcements to cover regarding this month and regarding things that I will be putting on this month, different offerings, before I head into the actual themes for February 2022. The first one is very, very time sensitive, and that is on 2/2/2022, so the 2nd of February, and also the 22nd of February. I'm offering some really incredible mini sessions that Spirit has guided me to offer. They are offered at a lower energy exchange. So if that's a hurdle for you and you just want to get a taste of what I do, this is a way for you to do it. These little mini sessions are designed to allow you to do two things. One, integrate the light codes that you've been receiving over the last couple of months. You may know or not know that you've been receiving light codes. If you've experienced a feeling of a little bit of heaviness, a lot of times light codes can feel that way when they're not integrated. In addition to that, I will also be calling in some different interdimensional help to calibrate your energy to your highest timeline. Many of you are still sort of working on getting your energy to the point you want it to be at in order to be at your highest timeline for your greatest and highest good. So those are the two things that we'll be doing in these mini sessions. They're going to be super powerful. And so you can hop on the link below in the description and sign up for those right away, because I only have a limited number of spots available for those. And I would love to see you there. All right, shifting into my offerings. I am changing up my offerings. My website is going to look different. In particular, the page where I talk about my sessions. The things that will be different are I have decided to open up mentorship. I have a lot of people come to me wondering how to do light language, how to channel, how to do the things that I do. And so what I've decided to do is offer individualized mentorship programs for people who are interested in learning those things. I am not offering anything that's a group. This is one-on-one. And I actually have a little bit of an application process that you'll go through. But I think that it will help those of you who feel like you're kind of at the next step in what you want to do. Many of you are light workers, but you haven't quite accessed light language yet, and you want to develop that in a safe space. I can help you with that. Also, those of you who are wanting to channel more in sessions that you offer for other people, I'm offering you the opportunity to work with me and learn how to channel more, how to connect with interdimensionals, angelic beings, and other energies that can assist you in your sessions. So essentially, I'm offering you mentorship in some of these tools that can help you in your energy work as you are offering sessions to other people. You can contact me and find out a little bit more about that, but I would absolutely love to work with you in that. The third offering that's a little different than what I've been doing before is kind of interesting because it stems off of something that came to me not very long ago, and that was that I am kind of shifting from working to body healing. So specifically working with ailments you might have or physical ascension symptoms you might have. I don't do that really anymore, but I did feel like I needed to do some kind of healing. And so when I was working with Spirit to create these offerings, I was like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? You're telling me that I'm not doing body healing anymore. And all of a sudden it came to me that I will be offering soul healing sessions. And I will call in the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, or the Angelics to help you with soul healing. So if that resonates with you, if that wording resonates with you, then maybe this is for you. And you can check all of my offerings out through the link below. Lastly, a little teeny announcement about our soul family gatherings that happen on Sundays, and there's actually one on a Saturday each month. Those involve the Pleiadians, that's this coming Sunday, the Arcturians, the fairies and the elementals, and the Galactic Federation. So if you want to connect over Zoom, but live with any of those energies as I channel them, feel free to click on the link below that talks about gatherings. Okay, let's go ahead and dive right into our themes for this month. I do have this habit of doing 2 themes for this year because 2s are so strong. So I do have 2 themes for you, 2 main themes for the month of February that I have channeled and that I'm going to bring through along with my higher self. So the information I bring through is kind of a tandem channel, a blended channel between me and my higher self. The first one involves the bringing through of the divine masculine to complement the divine feminine. What you're going to feel for the month of February is a little bit more of a drive forward, whereas with the divine feminine energy that's come through, it has felt a little bit more subdued and a little bit more still and restful. We are going to kind of come into an energy of action. Now, if you listened to my Lunar New Year energy update, you will know that I talked about the fact that it's the year of the tiger. And something interesting to me is that it's the year of the water tiger. And for me, that is calling in the divine feminine with water and the divine masculine with the tiger. And that is absolutely what I feel about this month of February as we kick off the Lunar New Year. What is that going to look like again? Well, you're going to become more action-oriented. You're going to feel aligned with a flow, but it's going to feel like it's headed in more of a decisive direction for you, more intentionally, less kind of a processing and more of a, I've done the processing. What do I go and do? What am I going to manifest? Those are the feelings, emotions, and energies that are going to be related to the divine masculine coming through. As far as what that's going to look like in the outer world, I believe we are going to have more men, actually men stepping forward, embracing a divine feminine balance. So it's going to look like more divine feminine embracing divine masculine, more divine masculine embracing divine feminine, and there's going to be more of a blur between the two. It's going to feel just more balanced. I feel like there's going to be less of an obsession regarding feminine and masculine, and it's going to feel like just complementary energies working together. All right, the next theme, which is the second theme and the final theme I'll talk about for February 2022, is shifting timelines, which I've been talking about a lot, but this one is choosing your path. So Spirit said to me, all right, we're going to talk about timelines again. And I was like, are you sure they're going to be tired of this? Because this is what I've been talking about for the last several weeks. And they said, this time we are going to help them know and understand it's time to choose your path. All right. Do you have fear when I say that? Is that scary to you? If it is, you might still have some subconscious programming regarding being a creator or being a manifester. And you may want to reach out and you may want to work with people who can help you clear that subconscious programming. There's also lots of stuff on YouTube, lots of content out there to help you work through the subconscious programming that is preventing you from feeling like you want to take action. My friends, I know a lot of you have been struggling to stay here on the planet. You've been feeling really disconnected from this place. And I want to tell you that one of the reasons might be because you've been hesitant to pursue that path. And I know it's scary. I know that it's in our DNA to that point where change is frightening. And that is because we have that fight or flight. We have that DNA from so long ago that's telling us that we want stability. We want everything to be the same. That's what's comfortable. The new earth is a little different than that. The energy of the new earth, the vibration of the new earth is so much focused on flow. It's not necessarily like everything's going to be in flux all the time. And I'm not trying to tell you that the new earth energy is going to be all about just moving and changing and shifting. It's just that right now, to get there and to calibrate to that energy, you do have to be decisive. I had this really fascinating experience this week where I was deciding to listen to other light workers, other channels, just different messages that have come through over the last few weeks. I just kind of thought I would tap into that to see what other people are thinking and feeling about the time frame that we're in. And as I listened to them, I found a lot of what they said was kind of different than what I felt. It wasn't where I felt I was headed. It wasn't some of the ideas that I have created and that I have stated here on my channel. And I sort of asked Spirit about that, but I'm kind of past the point where I feel defensive about it. I don't necessarily feel competitive with them, like, well, who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong? And Spirit has said to me, each of you are co-creating with your listeners, right? So I'm co-creating with you all here, your own sort of future. And there are a multiplicity of futures. There are a multiplicity of timelines. And all of you are choosing which ones you want to co-create. And Spirit said, as I was listening to these people in real time, Spirit said, do you want to co-create what they're talking about or do you not? And that kind of blew my mind. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because even for you, my listeners, if there's something I say that doesn't resonate with you, you have the right to pick and choose what you want to follow, the path you want to follow, and the things you want to co-create. And if something I say is different than what you want to co-create, step into your power and choose something different. Choose something else. Create something else. That is the main message that came through to me that's related to this second theme of choosing your timeline. Because, wow, there is a lot of information floating around there right now. A lot of opinions. Are they wrong? Are they right? That's not really what it's about. That's not what it's about anymore. It's not about duality. It's about which color do you want to paint with? Which color palette do you choose? Each of these channels that's bringing through information is offering you a color palette. Which shades do you want your timeline to be painted in? So those are my two messages for February 2022. Again, I'll recap them here. Be aware that we are bringing in more of the divine masculine, and so you're going to see an even stronger balance between divine feminine and divine masculine. And secondly, it's time to choose your timeline, to take action. All right, my friends, as always, I'm so grateful to you for co-creating this experience. I feel you here, especially with the fact that I hit those 1,000 subscribers, and absolutely just really floored me. It really kind of humbled me to think that so many of you are willing to co-create. And again, I just can't express my gratitude enough. I hear from you all the time in the comments. I hear from you through email. If you've never reached out to me and you want to touch bases and connect, I would be honored to. I would. I love to hear from you personally, one-on-one. So as always, I'm sending you so much love with these continuing shifts. I'm sending you love. I'm holding space for you. And I'm honoring the divine being that you are.